Hi, good morning. My name is Jimena, and this is Jimena Shows. So I'm gonna talk about the series You, and I'm gonna ask you some questions. Laya, do you like working with this great cast?
Obviously, yes, there are like very great actors.
Okay, this is a question for all the cast. Which was the most difficult scene to record?
Well, I think that the parts when Joe killed somebody, it was scary.
Okay, our next question is to Joy and Love. Okay, do you have any future projects like to our big stars? Do you have any future projects?
Well, at least I am working in a new movie, but I can't tell you anything more.
For me, I'm taking a
Secret.
break right
Okay.
now, and I want to focus more in other things of my life.
Okay. This is also another question for all the cast. Did you like the script at the first time you read it?
Uh, I think that we will wait like a great script. Before us, like cameragraphers and writers are an excellent team.
I think at first, getting to know with the script was a little difficult for all the cast, taking into account like there was a lot of emotions to interpret the character. But once we get to know it better, we were like a perfect team.
Okay, this is a question for Ellie. Which episode from the series is your favorite?
Well, I guess that one of my favorite episodes is when Joe gives me the money and I can go away. But I also felt so bad because my sister died before, obviously in the movie. And I felt really bad because of that. And then I knew that Joe killed her, but it was like something I didn't even thought about. But then I went away and I loved that scene.
Okay, that's great. This is a question to 40. Do you consider that the role of being 40 Queen exploits your potential as an actor?
I think Ford is a great character with a great potential, which takes an important role during the development of the series. Also, I think it's very interesting how he evolved during all these like process of the series. And as an actor, I can tell you that I got fascinated by the character that I interpreted.
Okay, this is another question for Ellie. What were the principal factors that contribute to your relation with Joy for you to not have a good coexistence?
Um, well, we had a good coexistence, but I don't know. I think that the factors that contribute to that were that we lived in the same apartment, kind of, and we were like knowing each other more and more every day. And I think he was a great person. I couldn't even thought about him being like a psycho or something like that. So I guess the comp events helped us to know each other best, and and it helped to know each other and stay with the coexistence better.
Okay, the next question is also to you, Ellie. How do you feel about being a famous TV series? Because right now your name is everywhere.
Yes, I think that I feel good about it. I never thought it would become that famous. And honestly, I feel good being on a Netflix TV series. And it's like the directors and the producers guided us really good. So I'm really proud that they did this amazing TV series.
That's great. And this is the last question to you, Ellie. Were you challenged to act in the scene where your sister dies?
Well, yes, it was so hard to like do that scene because the character that I was acting is supposed to be, well, was supposed to be sad and of course like devastated. So I needed to practice that scene really much, and it was so hard, but it really challenged me.
Okay, that's great. And this is the last question. This is a question for everyone, so I want to hear everyone's opinion. And how has this TV series influenced you? And what have you learned from these characters and your character, obviously?
Uh, Obviously, I learned so much about my character and the series and my companions. And also, a very important thing is that we cannot run away of problems like Joey does. We need to face them, no matter the consequences.
Well, I think that this series make me realize how important it is to check in sometimes. Don't fall into the belief that going into a psychologist is because you're crazy. In this case, I was. But it doesn't mean that I had to go to a psychologist. So this helped me a lot with my mental health here, and I learned that being crazy is much harder than we used to think. They do things that literally don't feel anything about it. It's kind of weird, but it's also stressful for the people who has these type of problems.
Well, by doing this character was amazing. I mean, I was able to see the world through the perspective of psychopath, the thoughts, the ability of lying, manipulating the others, and of the courage he had of for doing illegal things for what he just called love.
Great. What's your opinion, Ellie?
Well, my even though my character wasn't that like involved in the movie, I think that it was a really good character and it made me realize how important it is to take care about your family and to know them really well and to stay with them because they could die any moment. So it's important to be with them. Like anything could happen in your life, so you should be prepared.
Yeah, everything you read. That's really great. And what about you, 14?
Well, I think it has been a fascinating experience, which I have learned so much, and I'm very thankful about having an incredible work time and the opportunity of being part of this team.
I'm really happy that I had the time to talk with you and to know a little bit more about you. And I think that's all. Thank you for being here and for taking your time to talk with me. And I hope you're having an amazing day.